Hi, everyone. My name is Eunice Moore. I am an attorney out of San Antonio, Texas, and I wanted to talk to everyone about House Bill 4806. I made the beautiful leap of going on my own this year, started very slowly and kind of planning it out. And as of right now, I am in my office looking over and poring over 4806, which could change personal injury drastically. So I don't know if it was a good decision or a bad one, but maybe with the help of everyone and um, Jared's graceful invitation to the platform, we can collectively get ahead of this, if not prevent it altogether. But I want to share for everyone, if they haven't seen the bill already, I want to go over just the 18.001 section, which this will be overall a 10-part series. And if you're a personal injury lawyer, you even the younger ones will say, oh, I remember 18.001s. They are effectively dead. But what Greg Bonin out of Redwood, Texas is trying to do is bring 18.0011s into the picture. And the 30,000 feet overview of it is that he is trying to get the bills to be at 150% of the median amount paid by non-governmental third-party payers, which if you've deposed enough usual and customary reasonable experts, you will find that there is a spectrum of payer reimbursement categories, Medicare being the lowest, workers' comp being second lowest, and then there is a 50th percentile, 75th, 85th, 90th percentile. We want our providers in the letter of protection to be in the 90th percentile, meaning they get most of what their charges are and that those are reasonable. What 150% will do is mark it just between what I believe to be Medicare and workers' comp. And that's incredibly detrimental for injured individuals and the availability of letter of protection providers for those who do not have insurance. It'll be a section that I discuss later on how 4806 will attempt to roll in group healthcare, but breaking down the section A and B of what his proposed 18.0011 will do is it will ask for paid and owed, which I do an analysis of paid and owed, and that is the equivalent of my recoverable. But what this is that it has to give all of the sources for which payments were made, and the provider must blanket statement say that those were reasonable. And for the owed section, now if all of it is owed, then the amount is 150%. And what I also see is something different. The Texas All Payer Claims Database is what exclusively is being discussed as the source of the spit out for the 150%. I tried looking into the Texas All Payer Claims Database. It was not easy to navigate through. I had to register, I still have not located the database itself, but if anyone else is able to register and to put in a zip code and see what it spits out, I would love to get feedback on that. But what it will essentially do is make all providers, if they're in the state, utilize that geo zip code data. The data itself is not encompassing of all of the nuances for a letter of protection or personal injury. It does not include private payer or out of pocket. It does not include a risk plan. So as we know, it to exist now from the information that is out there without actually going in and seeing it. What UT Health has presented is a kind of tutorial on the all payer claims database, and it has exclusively indicated it used payers like the group health plans and Medicare and Medicaid. And so we know that to be a very narrow scope of what reasonable charges could be. The next section, this section here, I believe to be a very prejudicial requirement. It states that the provider must indicate that they are not going to appear at trial. And if they don't indicate that in their affidavit, I don't think that it kicks the affidavit out for form. I think what it requires is for the provider to appear at trial. And if they appear at trial, we're going to be hearing from the defense counsel on the discoverability of certain items, or at least if we don't include the statement that they're not going to be appearing at trial, then they're going to try to issue discovery. And so that's what 1 and 2 discuss here for purposes of this subsection B. Now, I think that we can collectively figure out ways to work around what, if this is past 18.0011, what this requires of the providers, but I do want to get everyone's feedback, get everyone reading this, and talking about it so that it isn't it isn't a blind side to everything that we will know to exist as of right now with usual and customary and reasonable. So I'd love to hear what everybody has to say about this. Again, my name is Eunice Moore, and I appreciate the invitation, Jarrett.